Hello and good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Okay. Good evening, everyone. Today we have a second session together. So, okay, I think that most of the students attend the class, so we can start. So, any questions? Do you have any questions? You can ask me now. If no, we can continue to our presentation. I ask all of you to mute the icon. So, as you remember, the last session we started the entrepreneurship discussion with the characteristic of entrepreneur. Anyone remember the characteristic of entrepreneur? Some characteristic of entrepreneur? Can you hear me, dear student? Can you hear me? Because some of the students type in chat box that they cannot hear me. Okay, you can hear me. All right. Um, okay, some of you mentioned that the creative, ready to change. Very good, Miss Vida. Yeah, correct. Any more idea about the characteristic of entrepreneur? Yes, good point from Najib Shakur. Shakur, I hope I pronounced your name correct. Yes, take the risk. So as we discussed last session, the entrepreneur is person who create the value, sees the opportunities, and then change this opportunity to the value. Then an entrepreneur should see the demand, the existing demand, and then change the opportunity to the value for that demand. And as you told me in the chat box, of course, entrepreneur should be risk taker, should be innovator, should be creative, and what else do you mention? Create demand, seize opportunity. Yes, run the business. It means start up the business and ready to change. All of them correct. So now it means that you get some idea about entrepreneurial characteristics. We continue this discussion today, and also we talk about the entrepreneurship strategy. Before this, just I ask you to remind me at the end of the presentation, we talk about the second case study because I received some answer from you and also email. So remind me that after finish presentation, we discuss about the second case study. Now let's start today's presentation. Uh, okay, I received another two idea in the chat box. Make the opportunity, running a new business successfully? Yes, all correct. Okay. So, as overview or some more characteristic of entrepreneur, the survey in the U.S. showed that 61% of adults in U.S. would like to start their own business. It means they have a desire to be entrepreneur. And also, I sent an email to you today that I attached the book for you. And this book, the survey is more in the U.S., all right? So the slides also, because most of them related to the book, so our example is from U.S. Also, if you want, you can read chapter 1 and chapter 2 of the book for your more information. And then this is a very good reference for you. So I share the book with you. You can check your email. All right, so as a characteristic of entrepreneur, so the survey shows that more than 60%, more than 60%, 61% of adults in U.S. would like to start their own business. It means they have desire to be entrepreneur. Also, the willingness to take initiative, preference for moderate risk, as one of you mentioned in the chat, but yes, entrepreneurs should take the risk. And then confidence in their ability to succeed. So when you want to be an entrepreneur, you should be confident in your way. And self-reliance, perseverance, and desire for immediate feedback. The last point may be something new. I don't know if last session we discussed about it or not, but this is another important characteristic of entrepreneur, that entrepreneurial always should receive feedback from the customer, from the society, from the expert, and whoever that have experience and knowledge. So entrepreneur cannot think that he or she can work only based on his or her idea and experience. Always desire for immediate feedback, correct her way, correct her action, idea, or his action or idea. So this is also another good point for characteristic of entrepreneur. Can you hear me? I don't know why some of you mentioned that my voice is not clear. Can you hear me now? Okay. Whenever you think that it's not clear mentioned, maybe I make some changes. All right. This slide shows the entrepreneurial activity across the globe. Okay. Let me maximize it because it's very clear. Okay. As you see this graph, the global average for entrepreneurial activity is 10.9%. And then you see many countries in this graph from Nigeria, and then also we have Korea, Japan, Norway. So this shows the Asian and Europe and America, but all the also Middle East, we have Saudi Arabia. So all the countries in the world, and most of them, and Europe and Asia, and all of them include these. And you can see that how the entrepreneurial activity all over the world is mentioned by percentage. I think one of the most one is Uganda, as you see at the center of the graph. So shows more than 10%, very high graph. And this is the index for global activity of entrepreneurs all over the world in many countries. So you can see at this and then get some idea. I don't know Afghanistan is here or no. I think they don't mention Afghanistan here, but we have Iran, but Iran is lower than the average, is lower than 10%, and Malaysia also lower than 10%. So this is a good reference for you if after that you want to do the research or thesis about the global activity all over the world. This graph can be a good reference for you. Now this slide, okay, all right. Now in this slide, we can see that small business owners work big. As you remember, we said that most of the small business owners should have entrepreneurial characteristics. So as you see in this chart, 1 to 39 hours, 10% of the owner of a small business, 10% of them work 1 to 39 hours. And as you see, 22% of owner business, small business, so they work 50 to 59 hours. And this is show that if you work as an entrepreneur, if you are owner of a small business, at least you should work around 50 to 59 hours in a week. The average work week is 54 hours. So it means that you should at least work 54 hours in a week if you want to be successful. Regarding to these statistics that produced this slide. Then we have another graph based on the owner age and business formation. So as you see here, we have the percentage of entrepreneurial activity and the age of the owner. Then 33.5% the people do the activity of entrepreneurship all are 25 to 34 years old. So, and then the next category is 35 to 44 years old. So it means that most of the entrepreneurial activity is done between 25 years old until 44. This is also another good point if you want to see the relationship between age and entrepreneurial activity. So most of them done in 25 years old, start from 25 years and then end in 44. These are the most category of age that they do entrepreneurial activity. Now, drawbacks of a small business ownership. So when you want to set up the business, a small business, and you are the owner, so always you have uncertainty of income, risk of losing your entire investment, long hours and hard work, lower quality of life until the business gets established. So you should be ready for these items. It means that you should be ready for uncertain income. You should be ready to take the risk or losing entire your investment. Whatever you put in your business, maybe all of them lose. And then long hours work and hard work until you get the establish of your business. Also, of course, you have high level of stress, complete responsibility. It is very important that when you are owner the business, you should be very responsible and complete your doing because no other people responsible for your work. So it's a different story when you work for the company or you are the owner of the small business. When you owner of the small business, it means all of the action should be done by you. So you should be very responsible and never. Maybe in some cases they discourage you, but you should continue your work. Also, there are some other factors that may affect on the entrepreneurial activity. And then, okay, all right. These are items that you can implement in your entrepreneurial activity to increase the success of your business. Okay. The first thing is education, and then demographic and economic factor. I think now in the, for example, Afghanistan, the environment, the economic situation needs some entrepreneur to set up the business. So there are lots of opportunities in Afghanistan. So it means that the economic factor helps entrepreneurs. Okay, so this can be very good item for run the business successfully. And also, the statistics show that service economy is the most part of the economic activity that entrepreneur can be successful. Also, technological advancements, and if you outsource some information, some resources from outside, all of them can help your business successful. And independent lifestyle is another option. And also e-commerce and the World Wide Web. So nowadays you can access to the data easily through the website, through the www website of the main company, people, everything. So it means that these are the items that can help you to run your business yourself. International opportunity also another option that can help you if you want to run the business yourself. Also, another category of entrepreneurship is the cultural diversity of entrepreneurship. So, if in your research, if you're in project, you want to mention something about the cultural diversity of entrepreneurship, you should focus on the young entrepreneur. You should focus on the woman entrepreneur. It means that they are a case for cultural diversity of entrepreneurship. Also, minority-owned enterprises, immigrant entrepreneurs, and part-time entrepreneurs. I think maybe for some countries there are not minority-owned or immigrant entrepreneurs because these are based on U.S. That U.S. Yeah, we have lots of immigrants and minority-owned enterprises. But part-time entrepreneurs, yes, also they are available and they are on the category of cultural diversity of entrepreneurship. So these are the items that you should consider if you want to do your research about the cultural diversity of entrepreneurship. This is the age group. Let's discuss it. This is the activity of entrepreneurship based on gender, so men and women. Then you see that the men entrepreneur, the index show they are higher than the women. But I think nowadays we have lots of women entrepreneurs all over the world, and their activity increased these days. So another interesting, I think, interesting and needed research for Afghanistan can be the investigating the situation of a woman entrepreneur, how women in Afghanistan can run the business themselves. This is another topic that you can see and investigate it. So when we say minority business ownership in the United States, it means that they are Asian, they are from Spain, or they are black, or they are white. So in U.S., because we have different kind of business ownership, so we can investigate as a white people, black, Spain, Asian, whatever. But I think in Afghanistan or in Malaysia, maybe in Afghanistan we don't have different types, but in Malaysia also we have, for example, we have Indian, we have Chinese, we have Malay. So there are three categories of the people. So we can see the entrepreneur between different minority business ownership, that they are Malay or they are Indian, or so it depends on your country that you want to investigate. Panic. Okay, I received one question in chat box. Hispanic, I think the people from Spain. As I search, I find this that mention Hispanic is the people from Spain and some country like this. You get the point? Miss or Mr. Riyadullah, or Mr. Riyadullah. Can you get the point? Hello, can you hear me? Okay. Panic. People from. All right. My voice is clear for the rest of the class. Hello, class, can you hear me? The student? Okay. I think Ms. Vida and Mr. Najibullah, some of you can hear me very well, some of you not. So it means that the problem is not from my side, because some of the students can hear me very well. So if you cannot get all of my points, put your question in the chat box, or after the class you can review the slides, because I sent the slides of the class for you. Now, another cultural diversity of entrepreneurship that you should know about is the category of home-based business owner, family business owner, corporate, and corporate dropout and retire. All right. So another cultural diversity of entrepreneurship can be this one category, because sometimes you start your business from your home and do all of your business from the home. So it's home-based business. So this is the cultural diversity of entrepreneurship. The other thing is family business owners. This is also very common in type of entrepreneurship, that you have a family business owner. For example, we can mention some restaurants as if they put it as entrepreneur in some cases because they created something. And then the owners are family business. And the corporate is a large firm. You have a large firm, and then you have idea of entrepreneur, and then corporate dropouts. Corporate dropouts are the people who they are first working with the company or organization, but because lack of security of job, and because they search and seek for better lifestyle, so they leave their job from company and organization, and then they come out from that company or organization, and then they set up their business. This type of people called corporate dropouts. And also retire people. Some people after they retire, now they start their business themselves. Okay. This is the chart that shows small business by industry. If you want to get the idea that an entrepreneur will be active in each industry, you can see this slide, but these are based on US, all right? So as shows, most of the entrepreneurs are active in service industry, and then after that, I think they are active in retail industry, and the third position is for finance and insurance and real estate industry. And then, sorry, the second position is construction, then retail, and after that, finance, insurance, and real estate. So it shows that most of the entrepreneurs are active in services. And this can be also another topic for you, for your research, for a project that you see that in your country, in your situation, most of the entrepreneurial activities in each industry. And then you can provide some chart like by percentage and different category of industry. Now we said that, okay, if you want to run the small business, you should have the characteristics that we mentioned before. And then I asked all the owner of the business follow the procedure as we mentioned before. Now we want to say, okay, what is the benefit of a small business ownership? Just we said, okay, if you want to run the business, you should do this, you should do that, you should do like this, you should do like that. So after that, what happens if you are a owner of a small business? And the first point is the opportunity for you to control your hours. It is very important because when you work for a company or organization, everything controlled by them. So you don't have any control on your life. Whenever they quit you, it's done, finish, you should quit and leave your job. And but if you are owner of your business, when you control on your destiny, the other thing is make difference. You can make difference. For example, you can social entrepreneur. You can run some NGO or non-profit organization and make some difference with other people. Reach your full potential. This is another important thing because when you work for some company or organization, they use that part of your ability that they need. So in some cases, you cannot reach to your full potential because you do whatever that they want. But if you run your business yourself, so you can reach your full potential. You can use all of your potential and knowledge that you have. And also, in some cases, you can reap impressive profits because it's your business. So if you have a profit, all is for you. And then contribute to society and to be recognized for your effort. And in some cases, they may some knowledge from you because of your hard work, because of your successful business. So they are the points that you can reach if you are owner of the small business. Also, the important thing is do what you enjoy and to have fun at it. Of course, when you do the business, it means that you like that business and you have a fun with it. Now we want to see that what is the criteria and what is the point for small business. I mean the basic statistics, okay? So a small business make up 99.5% of all. It means 29.3 million business in the U.S. Also, you can see that your country, how much they make up. Okay, in Malaysia, I think around 99 of the most of the business run is small and medium enterprises. So in U.S. also something like this, 99.7. They employ 50.2% of the nation's private sector workforce. This is very important because one of the most important points for a small business is the employment and job creation. They can job creation very well. And also, basically, U.S. pay 45% of total private payroll and create more jobs than big business. SBA is a small business, so they also create 79% of all net jobs in the U.S. So because of this, nowadays we heard and we see the news and articles that they mention the significance and importance of the small and medium enterprises and companies in the country. Why? Because a small and medium business can create jobs and then they can contribute to the growth economy of the country. So nowadays, the government established many organizations to support the small and medium enterprises in terms of create the jobs and then reach to higher economic opportunities. Also, these are another points and effects that small medium business has in the country. For example, there are leaders in offering training and advancement opportunities to the worker, provide 67% of workers with their first job, produce 51% of the nation private GDP. As I mentioned, they produce the growth for gross development direct production, and then account for 47% of business sales, fuel innovation, and produce 30 times more patents per employee than large companies. This is very important, and this is how much they are more innovative and creative. So this slide provides that information that shows how can a small and medium enterprises, and the abbreviation is SME, and can be important in the economy of the country. Okay. And this is the small business survival rate. As you see, when they are new, of course, they are survived. In the first year of their business, 81% of them can survive. In second year of their business, 65% are survive. And then the third year, 54%. And as you see, it's decreased, then the year increased. So it means that if you want to be survive the business, you should be very careful. And because when you are most of the small business, third year, only 25% of them survive. Okay, and here I'll putting failure into perspective. So about 54% of new companies fail within 4 years. This is very aggressive. I know this statistic that most of the half they fail in 4 years. So it means that if you want to run the business, you should have a plan and then see the failure of other companies, other small business, and you take a good action to use to fail, all right? And the entrepreneurs are not paralyzed by the prospect of failure. So if you want to be entrepreneur, you shouldn't think that always you will fail, but you should be careful about your business. And a natural part of creative process, so when you fail, you consider it as a part of process of creative. Because when you are in the creative process, it means in some cases you fail. So it doesn't matter. The point is that you learn from that fail, and then you can correct your action and idea. So for entrepreneur, big fail doesn't matter, all right? It's not like the large company that if they fail, then maybe they bankrupt and everything finished. No, for entrepreneur, fail is a part of the process of creating, part of the process of the business, all right? But the point is you never give up and then learn from that fail and then revise your idea or action and prove it. So how can you improve? How can you refuse to fail? The key point is know your business depth. So you should know exactly the business environment, the business market, everything related to your business very depth. You should have the knowledge and experience when you set up the business. Okay, if you don't have, for example, any experience or knowledge in service industry, so it doesn't, it means that you shouldn't start any business in this industry. So you should do the business that is familiar and know it very well. The other factor is prepare a business plan. This is very important. Because of this, I ask you as a one of your assignments, you write the business plan. You know that how you should write the business plan, what is the business plan. And then, because business plan like a map for your business, okay? If you have a good business plan, then when you go to the bank or financial institution or organization, you can get the good loan. If you have a business plan, it means everything in your business is here for you, so you know that where you should start, how you should continue, and what you should do, okay? It's like a map. And manage financial resources. It's a very important factor also. And understand financial statements. So when you want to run the business yourself, so you should have some idea about the financial statement and issues regarding the financial, right? And as the last slide, I see yes, learn to manage people effectively. This is also important that you, when you start a business yourself, it means that people should work for you. So you should know the art or ability that manage the people effectively. Set your business apart from the competition. This is another important factor. And maintain a positive attitude. Attitude, of course, important for the owner of the business. And also, you should be very careful about the competitiveness, how you can be competitive in your business. So this presentation finished. I have another presentation for you, but before I go to the next presentation, if you have any questions, you can ask me now. Dear student, if you have any questions, you can ask me now. Can you hear me? Any question for this presentation? Yes, good point. All right. First of all, let me talk about your case study. For the first case study that I've sent to you, most of you reply back to me. And I think because that case study with the answer is available on the website. So I don't know, you check with the website, get the idea from the website or no, because it's available. And then if you want, you can search and put the case study in the Google search, and then you find this case with the answer of the question. All right. So the case one, I will send you the answer. It's not complicated. It's very simple. All the sources available in the internet. And then about the case two that I've sent to you, I need some information from you because I don't know that for last session I asked you to send me your background or no. If I didn't ask you, now I ask you that all of you please send me your information, including your name and what is it, your job, your position, and your education. And then I can get the point that in which level of knowledge are you in. Then I can prepare the case based on your knowledge because I consider that you passed. Also, you mentioned your semester because I consider that you passed financial and accounting subject, and you also passed marketing subject. If you okay, you pass or no? Any of you? Is there any student that doesn't hasn't passed marketing class yet? So it means that all of you passed marketing class? Okay, my question is that all of you passed marketing class and accounting class or no? Some of you said yes, some of you doesn't respond. I don't know, yes or no? Yes. So I think most of you passed marketing class and then financial class because this is the point that you should know. Entrepreneurship. All right. About the entrepreneurship characteristic, about how to run the business, something like this, you should learn here. All right. But entrepreneurship is dimensional, has other dimensional. When you want to run the business, you should know about marketing, you should know about finance, you should know about accounting, and also the characteristic and some areas that only related to entrepreneurship, all right? So it's supposed that all of you pass marketing, so you know what is the marketing strategy, you know what is the strategic management, you know accounting and finance. Based on this knowledge, now you come to entrepreneurship class. If any of you doesn't have these classes, let me know, because then we face a problem. If all of you pass, so it's good because it means that you can continue more and then focus on entrepreneurship. All right. The second case that I sent to you needs some information and knowledge about the accounting, and also it needs some knowledge about the marketing strategy. So based on this, so I sent you this case study, but I received a few of you which answered the case, and then the rest of the class, most of you didn't send me any email regarding the answer of the second case, and also I received 2 emails that you mentioned you haven't know about this, and this is not the suitable place for you because you didn't get any information about this. But this case should be done by you if you pass marketing classes and accounting classes. But if you think you need more information, you can keep it this case, and then maybe in another week or another 2 weeks, whenever that we mention something like this, and you get the point, and then complete your case and send me back again. But as now I understand that most of you pass this subject, so it means that you shouldn't expect that the cases that come to the entrepreneurship class should be only related to the slides of this class. It should be related to all the area that you have done by now, okay, up to now. So you should have some knowledge about marketing, accounting, finance, or something like this. So the second case provide based on this information. If you don't agree, then let me know. Because about the slides, we have a midterm exam. The midterm exam, yes, they only focus on the slides of the class. But the case study, I want you to be more than the slides, you know more than the slides, and then you search the information, you get some idea. Because of this, I give you 1 or 2 weeks, all right? 1 or 2 weeks, it means that you should search something. You should learn more, all right? Because now we are in the entrepreneurship class. The first thing that you should be creative and innovative. And then because of that, I sent you the case that see how you improve yourself in this class, all right? That's my point for the case 2. So if by today class or maybe next week you get more information, you think that you can answer the case to better, no problem. Whenever you think that you can provide better answer, you can send me the case, but mention to send me before, mention in your email that I ignored the previous one. All right? So I will see the last version, the last email that you sent to me regarding the case two. After that, also, if I send you the case, also same position, same situation. I will see the last one and then compare the improvement, how improved in this class. Okay? Yes, sure. You can send me the second case whenever you can done it. All right. But the point is, when you send me a step by step, improve your answer in every week, so I can see the progress of it. It's better for me. But never is late for you. Whenever you want, you can send it. So, any other question? Dear student, any other question? Okay. All right. So I think Ms. Vida mentioned that this case is not related to the first session of our class. Then you can use your information again and then send it back. Okay, thank you. Then the point for this class that here in the entrepreneurship class, okay, I want to see that how you use your previous knowledge. It means that in the marketing class, you get the idea about the strategy. So lecturer works with you that how is the marketing strategy, and I think that most of the assignment, all of them based on the conceptual and then theoretical of marketing, something like this. So, but in entrepreneurship class, I expect you that practically you use your knowledge, all right? So now you have the theoretical framework in your mind about all of the subjects, marketing, accounting, whatever. Now it's the time that you use it practically, the entrepreneurship class. So my expectation is like this. I want to see in your assignment, in the cases, in your final project, that you use it, all of your knowledge that you have get up. Now, any other question you can ask me. If no, we can go to the next presentation. Dear student, any other question? All right. Okay, let me share with you the other presentation. Okay, here in this presentation, I will more focus on small and medium enterprises and strategic management. Talk about the strategy, entrepreneurial strategy, something like this, because I see that some of you doesn't get any idea about the strategy, all right? So maybe this presentation will help you. So entrepreneurship, we talked about it before, that entrepreneurship is a bridge between customers, unanswered demand, opportunity, and opportunity change to value. This is clear for us now. This is a good Okay, I'm going to show you. Okay, these exist efficient and note that knowledge can be come from the expert, skill, resources, and then you put it in the process of opportunity with innovation orientation. So it means that you see the opportunity and innovation, and then go to the satisfaction of new demand. Now you connect it to the demand, and then come to the value. So this is the growth path. So this procedure shows the growth of your business, how you can grow from knowledge to the value, how you can change knowledge to the value. This is the job of entrepreneur. Now about the strategy. The strategy is a roadmap of the tactics and actions and entrepreneurial growth of the fulfill the firm's vision, goal, and objective. So all entrepreneurs should have a strategy, should have a roadmap. Okay? When you write the business plan, also in your business plan, you mention your strategy. What is your marketing strategy, for example? Also, we have entrepreneurship strategy. Entrepreneurship strategy in some cases has some characteristics different with strategy management. So entrepreneurship strategy is about organization, and then in entrepreneurship strategy, we have a stages strategy, step by step. You should have a dynamic observation, create opportunity and value, think about all of these items in the entrepreneurship strategy. And it has a two traits. The first one is risk attendance for identification of opportunity, and the other one is risk attendance for enforcement of opportunity. So when you think about the entrepreneurship strategy, you should be risk attendant for identify opportunity and also enforce opportunity. Also, Porter mentioned innovation and innovative thought, effect, and decision. So the entrepreneurship strategy should include the innovation, and then large entrepreneurship company identification of opportunity based on people after allocation the resources shared and benefit with the decision. So large company, they just think about the opportunity that they come from the people and resources, something like this. But entrepreneurship strategy should have other characteristics that I mentioned. Now here we can see the strategic perspective in the entrepreneurial process. Alright, when you want to run the business, first you should know about the business environment, then you should know also organization environment. These two types of strategy sources. So how can you know what is a suitable strategy for your business? If you know the business environment and also you know the organization environment. All right? Then you see the strategy from other companies and businesses that you have found. Okay? It is a strategy adaptation or choice. For example, business model number 1, business model number 2, or business model number 3. These are the example of strategies that you can adopt regarding to your business based on business environment and organization environment. Then you have a program for it, and then you make some changes on this strategy, and then it becomes your strategy, your business strategy. What does it mean? It means that you have a strategic plan now. And then you implement it, and then this can help you to be successful in your business when you have a strategic plan and implement it. So the important point of this slide, the first point is that when you want to have a strategy, first you should know about the business environment and organization environment. Then also you look at other available business models regarding to your business. Okay, then choose one of them, and based on your ability, based on your resources, based on your nature of your business, you make some changes on that business model and create your business strategy that we call it strategic plan. And then you implement it. That's all. So if you see this slide, it is very clear show you that entrepreneurs use the strategic management to reach the target of the book. Okay? Okay, I received one point in the chat box from Mr. Nadim Shakur, SWOT analysis. What do you mean exactly? Can you talk? Mr. Nadim Shakur, can you talk? Can you explain your point?
Please?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sure.
Hello.
Yes, please. Yes, hello.
Good evening. Good evening to everybody. As you mentioned that the entrepreneur should have strategies, and they need to have strategic management in order to have their business be successful. My point was about they need to have a SWOT analysis of their current, we can say, small business or their market in order to develop best strategies to be successful in the market. So they need to have their strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats in order to develop a good strategies with measurable objectives, goals, objectives, and measurable outcomes.
Yeah. Yes, it's really correct, and it shows that you passed the strategic management class. Yeah. Hello, can you hear me?
I passed the strategic management class, and we actually discussed about these topics. So in order to develop a business strategy, we need to have first the SWOT analysis or PEST analysis to assess and analyze the market and analyze the business itself.
Exactly.
What are the strengths and what are the weaknesses? By using the strengths, we can overcome the weaknesses.
Yeah.
And by using the opportunities, we can overcome the threats or challenges.
Yes.
That the strengths and weaknesses, they are the internal part of the company.
Yeah.
And the opportunities and threats, they are the outer, and they are the outside factors which will affect the company's operations and its success in the future.
Yes. Thank you so much for your explanation. It's really related and true, and I hope that all of the students have this background, because now you can see that this model that you study, okay, SWOT analysis is one of the very famous analysis of the business. Then you can see in this slide the SWOT analysis, as Mr. Nadim Shakur mentioned. Okay, here. When I mention you business environment and organization environment, it means they are opportunity and maybe threat. It means that outside of your organization, okay, outside of your business. So this means show that you should know the opportunity and threat. And then when I said that a strategic adoption or choice and make some changes, it means that based on your weakness and strength of your company, you should make some changes and then reach to the strategic plan. So maybe before this, you haven't looked at the SWOT analysis as this way. Now this exactly can show that how SWOT analyzes your business. And another thing that when you write a business plan, one of the analysis that you should provide in your business plan is SWOT. That now your classmates explained it very good. And then the explanation is very good, and I think as a this way it can be more clear that business environment and organization environment are external factor, and then when you want to see the strength and the weaknesses of your businesses, it means that internal factor. So it means SWOT here. All right? Thank you for your explanation. Any other suggestion or idea from class? Can you hear me? Is this discussion clear for everyone? Okay, so I think that most of you know that SWOT. Is there anyone that doesn't have any idea about SWOT that I want to explain for her? Or is there anyone that doesn't know about SWOT? So it means everyone knows. We can pass. All right. Okay, now this slide also very clear that entrepreneur by using the strategy management can reach the target. Yes, pets also. Yeah, but SWOT is SWOT analysis. I think at the level of the business plan, SWOT analysis can be okay, can be enough, but pets also can. Sure. Yeah. SWOT because SWOT is very usual and then also very easy to use and understand and explain. So SWOT can acceptable, also PISA can acceptable. So I expect you, Mr. Najib Shakur, the very good and complete business plan I expect you. Because you know the analysis very well, so my expectation becomes my problem. All right. Okay. Very good. It means that we can have a better discussion if all of you have some knowledge like this. So overview of strategy and entrepreneurship in the 60s and entrepreneur. All right, this is maybe something as a history that you can see how strategy and entrepreneurship changed during the years and century. All right. So in the 60s, an entrepreneur desired to welcome disruption, dynamic process based on new opportunities and short time versus long-term plans. So there is not a strategy, okay, in the 60s century, okay? But competitiveness and sustainability in the business then appear. So after that, the business owners see that they should be competitive, they should be sustainable in their business. After that, the strategy appears, the need of strategy appears. So then entrepreneurs create a series of regularities and seize the opportunity, putting the place in time, act quickly, and speed up. So they understand that they should change the opportunity to the business with the capability of a strategy. So you see, when we want to be competitive, when we want to survive, when we want to run our business in the long term, it means that we should have a strategy. We should be capable in terms of a strategy. All right? So after years, this need and demand of strategy appear. So before 1990, a strategic target is a stationary target, a static, okay, not dynamic. A strong resource expel and still decrease risk. A strategy based on resources. So if you want to divide the strategy into category before 1990 and from 1990, we can say that before 1990, the strategies are static, not dynamic. The strategy, most of them based on decrease the risk. That means that most of the entrepreneur and business owner tend to decrease the risk, tend to use the strong resources, expert and skill, and all the strategy based on the resources, all right? But after 1990, it means from 1990, outsourcing, downsizing, and spin-off appear. What does it mean? It means that the strategy becomes more dynamic, the resources are limited, so the entrepreneurs think about the strategy that's not only based on the resources, all right? So they need to be more creative and innovative, so they seek the resources in their ability and opportunity. So in some cases, they outsource. For example, they outsource the knowledge, they outsource the employee, whatever, what resources that they need. And then in some cases, they downsizing, which means that they reduce the size of the organization, and sometimes spin-off is the phrase. So this is the strategy changes during the years. Then also, we can see that after years, the non-entrepreneurship strategies tend to be entrepreneurship strategy. And then they concentrate only on value-added activities. Why? Because now they have a lack of resources, so they should only focus on value-added activities. So the nature of the strategy step-by-step change. Now, common point between entrepreneurial strategies and strategy management. Now we have two terms: entrepreneurial strategy or strategic management. They different between depend on four categories, 4 points: the performance of venture, creating value, innovation process, action plan, resource utilization, and present competitive market. So based on these categories, they maybe differ from each other. So in entrepreneurial strategy, we have a flexible structure, vision based on opportunities strategy, based on innovation and creativity strategy, reject conventional thinking, no fixed authority, and a sponsor versus bosses, okay? And then high level of commitment, direct lines of communication, okay, choice theory, and then discovering of opportunity versus choice of opportunity under ability and capability, and then decrease the resource allocation only based on the resource. So now you see that when you have an entrepreneurial strategy, okay, so most of the focus of your strategy should be on more creative, more innovative, more risky, more flexible, all right? And then high level of commitment, okay? And then based on these opportunities. If your strategy focus on these items, it means you have an entrepreneurial strategy more than strategic management. So it means you prepare your action and then exploit your strategy when you are an entrepreneur, when you have entrepreneurial strategy, and then entrepreneurial strategy opportunity, also identification of unanswered needs. I think we talk about them before. When we have strategic management, most thing that we think about it is competitive advantage, but in entrepreneurial, we think about the opportunity. In the strategic management, in long term, we think about the long term and create the income, market expansion, but here we think about the more innovative and creative. And also in the strategic management, we have a strategic leadership, but here in entrepreneurial strategy, we want to commit and we want to execute it, okay? So we don't have a leadership strategy maybe in some cases, and more we have executive. Now, about a small and medium enterprises, SME, that we discussed also about them. Entrepreneurship with short-term investment and no long-term planning, no emerging markets, called SME, okay? So if you don't have an aim to be your aim is not to be a large enterprise, it means your business can be a small or medium enterprise. So you create sequences of success, but no depth, all right? And then you have a short-term investment, you don't have a long-term planning, and then you don't want to become an emerging market. So this nature of business can be a small and medium enterprises. A small and medium enterprise or SMEs has different definitions. As I understand, in Afghanistan, there is no definition for SME. So this is also can be another interesting and useful topic for you for your assignment. I mean, final project. That you go and see how you can make the definition for a small and medium enterprise in Afghanistan, because it's a very important area. I don't know. My previous students said that they cannot access to definition. Maybe by now they provide or something like this. But this area of study also is very important for your country if you know about small and medium enterprises. But in other countries, as a whole, we have two types of definition for small and medium enterprises, quantitative and qualitative. In quantitative definition, they categorize small and medium enterprises based on the number of employees and turnover. Okay, for example, they said if the employees are 5 to 10%, it's a micro enterprises. If they are more than 10, they are small. If they are 50 to 100, they are medium enterprises. So it depends on the country, and country by country, we have different definitions for a small and medium enterprises. Also, the turnover and sale and income of the business is another category, indicator for categorize the small and medium enterprises. And then the other criteria for definition of a small and medium enterprises is qualitative. So in qualitative, we don't focus on some thing like number of employee or turnover. We focus on characteristics of the business and the relationship between the business and owner of the company, owner of the business, something like this. Because of this, we call it qualitative. It means that it's not quantified and it's not counted. If we define our small and medium enterprises based on the characteristic of a small and medium enterprises or relationship between owner and company or something that backs the nature of the business, it means that we follow the qualitative criteria for giving the definition. But I think in most of the country, they just focus on quantitative, the first one, and then they make the definition of the small and medium enterprises based on the number of employees and turnover. This is very more famous and common indicator, all right? So as you see in this slide, we have the small and medium enterprises definition based on European Union, also based on World Bank, small and medium enterprises definition. So also these two provide definition for SMEs based on the quantitative, because you see that they mention turnover, headcount, total asset, headcount. Yeah, it means that they define SMEs based on the quantitative criteria. So if you want to have a research on small and medium enterprises and some related issues to small and medium enterprises and entrepreneurship, it's needed that first you provide the definition for the small and medium enterprises in your country, because it doesn't have a fixed definition and it's varied by country. The overview of the small and medium enterprises, we can say that they provide industrial linkage, a sort of a chain reaction of